I'm teacher Faith, and welcome to our BlueTree's webinar. And in this session, we are going to focus on how to improve your child's AL grade in less than 6 months. Thank you for joining us today. It's not too late that you can still continue to share out this link. Yeah, you can do a screenshot and then share out this link to your class chat group, your friends, even parents with children that are in P4. I totally welcome them to join us because I think those people who are sitting amongst us, the P5 and P6 parents, you're probably thinking, I should have started off this journey a lot earlier. Am I a little bit too late? Why did I only get to know BlueTree now? I wish I had knew them when my kids were in P3 and P4. You know, when you know BlueTree in P3 and P4 doesn't mean that you need to join us immediately, but continue to join us on our webinar, be educated, learn of all the tips and tricks so that you will be more mentally prepared of like what to come when it's end of P4 or mid P4 and you see certain results, and then you know that, okay, I think it's almost time to get my child started on it. Because the earlier you start, you will know that the transition is a lot smoother. Parents who have been with us for a long time can vouch for this. The transition is smoother. It's not easier for P5. Trust me, okay? Even the gifted students that I used to teach in school, they struggle a lot in the P5 year. However, you know, after they pass that P5 stage with a lot of rigor and all, by P6, right, it will be a lot smoother, but the journey is just too short, like within 7 months, and then we are ready for the prelims. Okay, so that's the truth. And I'm so proud of ourselves and our team. We are made up of not just the academic team, we have a team of marketing team and a lot of people behind the scene, and especially my administrator, my sales team, my enrollment group. They are the ones that really help to speak to all of you, to tell you a lot more about the program that we provide, because I can't talk to each and every one of you, but they are the voices, our voices, you know, then they represent us. So those who are new to BlueTree, okay, you can find our profile in our Facebook and our website and all. And today I just decided to give a little different intro about myself and Joe. So as you can see, I think this is one of my favorite photo of you know, taken with her in our earlier years when we had our graduation party. It means so much to us. We started off as just school teachers. Okay, we have been in MOE for a long time, 15 years and more. And then we decided that maybe we should just take a step, take a break and be with our own children at home. I have 3 kids, she has 3 kids, we have 6 together. And we were both teaching at Rosyth. I was teaching a gifted program, doing math while she was teaching science and actually English too. So we were actually teaching a same form class together, and we had a lot of synergy, similar value system and all. So we decided to come together to just start off a little BlueTree, you know, because we just want to continue our passion. So I call myself the math geek, and she's definitely a science nerd, okay? She really loves science so much. Everywhere she goes, she's speaking science, and everywhere I go, I'm always talking about numbers. And I guess 2 of us are really, you know, unstoppable when we come together. And we have been teaching for over 20 years now, from the day we started teaching. And BlueTree has been around for 8 years. So we have taught a lot of students, lost count. But we're definitely committed to help to teach every one of you, because our belief is to educate the world, educate teachers, educate parents, educate students. Okay. A quick refresher of what the AL scoring system. By now, most of the people are very much aware of what's going on already. Okay, but I do have a couple that I speak to like over the weekend, and they have like their first kid in primary 3, and they say, I heard that it's no longer A star. Yeah, the A star thing is like long gone, okay, over. And this is the new scoring system, a little bit like the O-level system. The smaller the number, the better it is. So AL1, of course, is the best, and we're talking about 90 marks and more. And if a child, this is a sample, if a child scored English AL3, Mother tongue AL2, Math, Science 1-1, and the total points is 8. And what does it mean, right? So I just want to bring to your attention to what AL6 is. It may not be just talking about math and science. It could be what we all fear most is like Chinese, right? So if like any of the subjects is in the AL6 range, I would like you to take a careful planning stage from now, whether are we moving 45 to a 50 mark, or maintaining at 45 and not letting it drop further to AL7. But if your child is already hovering at 60 something, then I think we should push that kid up to a little bit of AL5 and a little nudge to get to AL4. But the effort that you put behind is really tremendous. A lot of effort behind the scene, okay? Lately, there's a lot of information about G1, G2, and G3. I think it's very important that all of us go read out a lot more. Okay, so parents, you can just now Google like what's G1, G2, G3. I'm very sure a lot of you still like not very certain what this is. So as you can see, between PSLE score 4 to 20, that's like pretty good score, right? And most of the subjects will be G3, which means that in our time, this is called express. So the subjects will be like express stream subjects, okay? So then G2 will be the normal stream subjects. Then G1 will be the normal, G2 is normal acad, then G1 is a normal tech. Okay, there's another slide that I didn't provide here that will tell you, it will affect the children of our batch, the P6 year from today, okay? So the P6 onwards will all be affected by O-levels, that if you take a certain subject range like G2 or G1, then they are not allowed to, they are not eligible for JC. That is quite a big news. So please go and read up a lot more about that part, okay? When you have more knowledge on this, you'll make wiser option when your child goes to secondary school. Okay, please be informed, be well informed. Okay, so the objective today is not to talk about that, so I have to move on to share a little bit more about how to prepare for PSLE. Okay, are you aware of the PSLE dates? They are already out, so if you're not sure, please go to SEAB website. No matter how much I share over here, if tomorrow SEAB make a new announcement, the most reliable website is still SEAB's website, not MOE website, SEAB. Yeah, Singapore Examination Assessment Board, okay? So take note that oral used to be like on a Thursday, Friday, but since last year, it has moved to Tuesday and Wednesday. Then LC will be in September, and followed by a week later, will be all the papers that follow through, okay? So where are we now, right? We are somewhere in March that just passed. We had a MAT program, we had WA1, and then now WA2 is around the corner. Children, parents, please take note. WA2 is around the corner. If you're not very sure, please click into the PG right now, Parents Gateway, and download the principal's letter. Yeah, I'm also a parent, right, with kids. Yeah, I've got 3 kids, so I have to tap on the 3 kids' names and then look at all the letters from different schools, be updated of their exam dates. So some of the children's exam dates is in mid-April, okay? Mid-April, I'm not kidding, like 2 weeks time. Some kids' exam is end of April, while some are early May, okay? And minority schools are in mid-May. Yeah, it's quite a range. So BlueTree will prepare them for the exams, but it's almost like a range of like 1 month of preparation, okay? And then we're going to have our MAT soon in June coming up. And these are the important dates to take note of. Prelims will be in August, and then PSLE will be, of course, in September. So there'll be a couple of holiday programs. Holiday programs means it will happen every holiday. So March, June, September, and then the P5, P4 students can join us in October for our last run. So I did a count yesterday. Depends on where you start your first week and second week. That's why I put 25th to 26 weeks to our September PSLE date exams. Okay? Yeah, I know you're panicking. So am I. But don't worry, I'm here with you. Okay, Joy is also here with you. BlueTree is here with you. So usually we do a 3-year analysis, but I thought, okay, never mind. We'll just put 4 years down, and then my effort will be, just show you a 4-year trend, and the trend could be quite extreme. If you but look at the red boxes that I've put together, where we place a lot of emphasis on whole numbers, measurements, ratio percentage. Whole numbers includes fractions and decimals, okay? So when all these put together, it is about 60% of the entire paper. So don't worry if you say that my child is not good at fractions, you will not lose all 60 marks, but you are not confident of securing 60 marks, you see, and also not confident of securing 50. So definitely need a lot more practice and drill in these areas and place more emphasis on them. This is another area that some parents overlooked. I see that there was an increasing trend in the way they test a topic on geometry. So I would like you to, if your child is really very good with visual questions, right? Especially artists, people who doodle and draw a lot, their visual skills are really very good. The other group of people who are very good at visual, sports people who play tennis, play soccer, rugby. Yeah, they have this, this is spatial awareness, 3D visualization. Yeah, so when they do angles, volume, area, perimeter questions, they could actually visualize the picture, what's happening. But the only thing they need to build on to ensure that they really score it is they must know the formula and the properties. So if they don't know the angle properties, they do not know what to do. Got it? So there are two parts of it, right? Able to visualize and knowing all the concepts and things behind. So algebra is a very small percentage. So parents don't harp over this topic on percentage. It's quite easy to score, but the children are not familiar with the expression. The questions are not hard, but they do not know like x divide by 5. They need to put x over 5. So all these need a bit of constant reminder. Okay, so it's just a very low weightage on that. Rate and speed as well is within 5 to 6%. When I set PSLE papers when I was still in MOE, this was very much still the same kind of mark range given to us as well. So PSLE math exam format, if the P4 parents are sitting amongst us, maybe you're not familiar. P5 and P6. P5 parents, hello. Take a photo of this and know this very, very well. All the P5 exams, except the small WA. WA small class test, 20 marks, 30 marks, all not counted. I'm talking about 100 marks. End of year paper. There's two components. No calculator segment before recess. Go for recess break and then come back to do paper 2. So you can take a picture first, okay? And there's a little segment at the bottom there that I've typed. If you're doing a home practice, yeah, you cannot give your child 1 full hour to do. Then your child got no time to check in the real exam situation. So at home, you cut down that timing and put it to 45 minutes, okay? Then at home, that paper 2, right, you have to cut down 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. Like at first at home, you need to stretch to 1 hour. Then you must like, boy, cut down 55 minutes, then 50 minutes, then 45 minutes, Okay, so the students that I teach in the gifted program, right, the highest record is they could finish paper 1 in highest record, only one kid could do that, 20 minutes. Then the average is 30 minutes. And they check the entire paper twice to thrice. So for generally for the maths, I would say that let's target between 30 to 45 minutes. I think this is a reasonable gauge of time needed to do it. Okay, what is our strategy here to help our children score better? Is to develop a strategy, of course. If you do not know your own child's strengths and weaknesses, then you wouldn't know what to target. Then you make your child do the whole exam paper from beginning to the end. Question 1 to 30, 1 to 17. You keep doing it this way. And then you will tell me after 3 months, teacher, I engaged a tuition teacher to do this, and then still no mark improvement. Of course, the strategy is wrong because, if it's like, I'll go and learn how to cook, okay? So in that session, if I need to cook 3 different dishes, right? Do you think I can master all 3 dishes? That is why all the culinary, bakery kind of courses, they only bake one thing at one time. You go there, then they say today bake pandan cake. That's all you do, right? For the next 3 hours. Or if today is like curry chicken, then you only cook curry chicken for that cooking course. So you need to actually have programs to help your children hone the skills for each concept, be it math or science, it's the same. Correct? You learn by topics, you learn by concepts. Okay, then you put together, then you have a banquet. So then you put together, then you're ready to practice more school papers. Okay, so BlueTree students, some of you said hi to me earlier. Your children is in good hands because every week or alternate week, we already have revision of concepts, then is problem sum techniques, and then we also have topical revision, bouncing back to P5 work and P6 work and P5 work and P6 work, you see. Then after that, we know that every 5 weeks, we will have practice papers that do the summation of it all, okay? So if your child is already 75% and above, you will continue to practice your paper 1. You cannot ignore it because you need that skills and fluency, how fast and fluent it goes, okay, and accuracy. And then paper 2, we'll work on refining answering technique. Later, I do a bit more in my sharing. Those people who are in the 50% to 70% range, right, you will see that your paper 1 score is unstable. That means you're not scoring 40 and above. We should go for the low-hanging fruits, the 1 mark and 2 mark question. So practice more of the paper 1, okay? Same for those scoring below 50%. That means AL6 and below, right? Yeah, AL6, AL7, AL8. Really practice a lot more paper 1. Then paper 2, I can't say throw away, don't practice, right? You need to target all the 2 marks question and all the 3 mark question, okay? So you can be sure that you make sure you hone the skill for question marks that are 1 mark, 2 mark, and 3 marks. We are not saying that we are giving up the 4 and 5 marks, but if I do have a 30 minutes with a child, right, I can actually do a lot more revision on the 1, 2 mark question and ensure that this kid score, rather than I spend 30 minutes trying to explain 2 5 mark question, and I'm not very sure whether the child can regurgitate that, not regurgitate, can repeat, that concept the next time he sees it. So that we will still touch on it, but home practice, your emphasis should be on paper 1, okay? But for those people who are already targeting AL 1, 2, 3, right, like our PPC classes and things like that, it should be more on refining the presentation, honing the skills, okay? So over here, consistent practice is very important. So at least 1 paper every 2 weeks, like starting from now, okay, every 2 weeks, because there's so many subjects. So I can't say every day 1. Yeah. So if every week, every 2 days, 3 days, you can just tackle the MCQ, yeah, it's also good enough because your child still have a lot of work to do at home for the school. Yeah, compo, things like that, right? So you have to juggle this a bit. Then by June, right, they will have this skill set that allows them to go 1 paper per week because they have attained some mastery. Okay. Then do past year papers, school papers first. Then in June, right, you can start to complete a lot more of the PSLE papers. The school will buy 1 set. For me, my usual practice is I strongly encourage our children to redo it. So I'll say just go popular bookstore and buy the 2nd set. That means let the school own that copy and you buy your own personal copy for home practice. I'll make sure my own son will practice it twice, if not thrice. Yeah, because school is school, I won't touch that copy, but it's important that the child actually gains some kind of fluency in understanding it. And there's a difference in the question difficulty for past year school paper and the PSLE papers. You go and have a look at the first 10 questions and you will understand what I say. Yeah, you must help. You must go open the book, then you will understand, okay? And for math, right, must highlight keywords. For math, those who are in my class or our BlueTree classes, the teachers will always tell you read and write. Read the first sentence, then we write our steps or draw model. Yeah, we'll always do that so that it will help us move on to the next stage and the next stage, okay? There are so many math heuristics and concepts we need to learn, but I'm showing you this. It's not to scare you, it's to tell you actually the children actually learned it since P3, some P2 and P1, but the skills are being built on, and by the time they reach P5 and P6, it's the same skill set. That is why this is a common question I hear. Teacher, for holiday program, do you have topics like, are you going to go through fraction ratio percentage? Fraction ratio percentage is a topic that spans across many concepts. You get it? It is really far, it's quite a wide range that if I were to say this particular math program, holiday program, 3 hours, you're going to teach fractions. You're probably going to you get what you want, but at the same time, you could be a bit disappointed. You might ask, hey, in that fraction module, you never teach this, you never teach that. Yeah, because it's very wide. It's extremely wide. So it really depends on what you're looking at. Are you looking at something simple for drill, or are you looking at problem sum technique? So if you're looking at problem sum technique, then I want problem sum technique that spans across fraction ratio percentage. Like if they tweak the numbers, you just use that technique and you can still solve it. Okay? So some of you are still not comfortable or not familiar with what's concept, what's heuristics. Yeah, so these are the things that we do, like FRP, fraction ratio percentage, is like equal amount added, common shaded area, total unchanged, everything changed, like this kind of concepts. It can range from area perimeter to fraction, to ratio, to measurement, circles, like across 10 topics, yeah, based on just one approach. Okay, so we do have our math workbook, and we are launching our solution, video solution, accompanied with the book. So all those who have bought the books, right, don't worry, just get in touch with us, just email us or drop us a WhatsApp. Okay, we can look through your account and your booking, that you have bought a book with us previously, and we will share the video solution, step-by-step solution to every question in the book with you. Okay, so if you haven't gotten the book, just go to our BlueTree website and click on shop, and then you can shop for our maths book and our science books. We also have our flashcards, which has 3 of the spatial awareness questions that kids struggle with: angles, volume, area, perimeter. Okay, so it's like you can learn it anywhere at any time. You can carry it with you on your trip to JB as well. Then your kid can read the car. Will the calculator really help, right? Especially the P5 parents sitting amongst us. Good. Boy, you got calculator already. So these are the questions whereby, if let's say I give you a shape and ask you what fraction of it is shaded. This diagram is very simple. The kids will tell you, oh, it's half shaded, right? Then I'll give you another shape like this. Then the children ask, I think it's half. It looks like half, but I'm not sure how to explain that it is half. So calculator cannot do this. The concept and thinking behind this is deeper. So you draw a dotted line like this, and then that's how we show the children that, can you see the white space equals to the yellow space, and that yellow triangle equals to the other yellow triangle, number 2, and number 3 equals to number 3, and 4 equals to 4. So if you have one of each, therefore it is half shaded. Yeah. The kids also tell you, I know this is half, but what I like to ask them is, how do you know it is half? How do you know? Okay. Oh, sorry. A parent asked, small gap and big gap is under which topic? It's not a topic, it's a concept. So big gap and small gap range from whole numbers to fractions to decimal to ratio to percentage. Area perimeter, like it can be anything. Yeah, measurement, it goes across topics. So it is a concept, it's an understanding of a big gap and a small gap. Can be a lamppost question, can be a number counting question. Yeah, okay. So that's why I always teach concepts rather than topics. Topic teaching happens in the regular class. Okay, so if I cut this shape now, and I cut this shape now, this is how we explain to the children 1 equals to 1, 2 equals to 2, 3 equals to 3, 4 equals to 4, therefore it is half shade. And when we show them an alternative question that they see during exam. Primary 4 level, right? If these two diagonal lines intersect in the midpoint, then we know that PR equals to QS. And we call this the butterfly technique, whereby you can see the yellow and green wing of the butterfly, and the other one is the white winged butterfly. Could you see it? So this kind of question, right, is level 1. Everyone can understand it's half-half. But in reality, the exam questions are not like that. So we move the midpoint away. So at P5, P6, they see butterfly question like this already. Then they say the butterfly wings are not very balanced. But because the concept is that they still sit on the same base, right? And then the height spans across. So same thing for Q and S. It sits on the same base, AB and CD, right? And then the height is actually accumulated to the breadth. A second way of teaching will be we plant the real number into the dimensions of the rectangle, and then we find the actual area of the 4 segment to prove to the children that the area is really half-half. So how to solve this question is that once they understand this is a butterfly equals to the other butterfly like that. So therefore, okay, the colored wing is 200 square centimeters. The white wing butterfly is also 200. So 200 minus 120, the green segment, the green triangle is 80 square centimeters. Okay, we call this a butterfly concept. Do you learn this in the textbook? No, you don't. That's why I'm a math specialist, right? I spend all my time teaching math and research math, and look at what's in the textbook, what's not in the textbook, what's in the exam papers, what's in the PSLE papers, and how we put all the things together and present to you in a math booklet that you don't have to search through 10 school papers to find it. Yeah, we've got them together for you. Okay, this is an old PSLE paper question. It was paper 1, question 15 or question 30. I know it was the last question of a particular section. And every student thought that X equals to Y, and they have the same area. Our children, parents, do you think they have the same area? Do you think X and Y are equal? You can type in the chat, yes or no. So what fraction of the square ABCD is shaded? Yeah, a lot of students will say half. Yeah, they will say it's half. Yeah, because they thought X is 1/4, then Y is 1/4, so it's half. Okay, let me teach you how to do it, okay? So if I cut this up like that, then you have the area 1, 2, 3, 4. They are all equal size. But if I cut the other side, right, like that, can you see? Now they are equal on the other side. I know the kids probably could see faster than the parents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The bottom cut into 4 equal parts. The top cut into 9 equal parts. Then we will put together, all right, half on the left-hand side. That yellow square is half shaded, right? Half of the half. Then the other side is 4/9 of the half of the top. Okay. Then what happens is when we put together, since bottom half and top half of the triangle has equal area, equal concept. This is called equal concept. So the denominator must be 18. So 8/18, and the other one is 9/18. So parents, you hear, equal concept will always be tested. And I can say equal concept is only in fractions. You see, it just happened in area perimeter. And in fact, this whole dimension, right, do not have a length and breadth, no numbers given. They only give you two shaded segments. So then we add them together, okay? And that's the answer, 17. Denominator 36, because the entire square is made out of 18 units at the bottom and 18 units at the top. And so the other concept is total stays the same. Yeah, mind blown? You learned something today? If you learned something today, give me a thumbs up, or you can just put yes. Okay, yeah, that means it's like, wow, something you haven't seen before. And seriously, most of the children did not answer this question well. year after year, I test my own class students, right? They struggle with it. But after 1 time, 2 times exposure, they become sharper already. Because what happens if this is in paper 2 and it will not be in paper 2 because the concept is too, I can't say the concept is simple. It doesn't require a lot of working. So SEAB very smart. This will not happen in paper 2. It will be in paper 1. And you don't even need a calculator for this. You understand? Okay. This is a 2019 question. I would like to bring to your attention to this question is because I know parents are going to say, hi, this is not so easy. No, it is not easy. I can mark 100 scripts, right? Okay, 50%, no, 60% will answer wrongly. So what they do is how many squares can be cut out from this whole rectangle piece of paper, right? So 35 divided by 5, I'll get 7 along the length. And then later, 24.6 divided by 5, I'll have 4 squares with a remainder segment over there. So therefore, 7 times 4, we know that there'll be 28 pieces. Yeah, you know what children will do? Okay, if the children do this, take big area, 35 times 24.6, and they find small area, and they divide it and score 34 squares on this, your child scores 0 marks. 0 marks on the blue working. Not a single mark will be awarded. Is it shocking to you? You think that it is like, okay, what? My child found area, length times ref, found length times ref. This is an example of where our length times ref don't need already. You learn the formula, but it's not applicable here. You understand? So you need to learn the concept. You need to learn the ideology, the understanding of like how many can I cut along the length and breadth. And then visually, when you really draw it and see it, you can only cut 28. The excess piece at the side cannot be used. Okay, all right. So what has BlueTree done is that what we do is we are very aware of what the children need to learn from P4, P5, P6. What's the transition and what are the things that they need to learn to reinforce with the children, to remind them on how to work out these questions. Sometimes I'm not even on the calculator segment, you see. So you half divide by 5. So we will have to keep reminding them KFC, KFC. Then they'll say, no, teacher, it's not KFC, it's KCF. Okay, good, drill into their head already. So you keep, change and flip. Keep the first fraction, change the symbol, and then you flip the 5 into 1/5. So this is just fun ways of helping them to remember. This is a super popular question, school paper, PSI paper, you always see it. So you must help ensure that your child really master all these things. Okay? This trending 2021. 2020, 2019, okay? They'll ask percentage decrease, percentage increase. Yes. Every year we'll ask. Every year. They're either found in graph or found in some FRP questions. Okay, then they will have one liner, one statement like this, worth 1 mark or 2 marks only. Okay, then next one over here, equal concept. Every year it will appear somewhere. Sometimes obvious, sometimes not obvious. So let me just backtrack this one. Alan, Ben, and Chandra question. This is an equal total concept. Later I show you how to do it, okay? And then they don't have the word equal inside, but it's an equal concept, okay? So this is also an equal fraction concept that your child should have learned in primary 4. And usually the child actually was taught to draw the model. Model drawing is very important in laying foundation. So when this comes about, right? Okay, then the children will be able to draw the rest of the units and say, oh, 11 units is 440, 1 unit is 40, and how many men are at the party. So most of the kids end up putting the denominator the same. You see, if the denominator is the same, then you're trying to say that there's equal men and women. So that is that wrong concept. So we must remind the children that it is numerator make the same. That's why you can see these 2 parts that's being shaded. Okay, but primary 4 transiting to primary 5, we don't really draw model anymore. So we will have to use techniques that are more efficient to help the children solve it really quickly under 5 minutes. Can draw, but you need to be really fast so that it's efficient, you see. So example, I'll just show you how 4B3B come about. After 3/4 of the boys and 1/3 of the girls left. So in other words, there are 4 boy units, 3 boy units left, therefore 1 boy units left at the end. 1/3 of the girls, that means you start off with 3G girls, 1G left the room, 2G is left behind. So then we know that there's equal number of boys and girls remaining at the classroom at the back, right? So therefore, the ending at the back here has to be made into 2G units. So this is how we change the units so quickly before, you know, you cut, then you cut into like so many units, and how you're supposed to like really count accurately. So you can see it's so efficient. That's how 11G becomes 66. Okay, so take a photo of this. All right, so these are strategies and techniques that you'll teach your children, but it definitely takes time to get used to the style. If you send them to me 3 weeks before PSLE, it's hard to make sure it really worked. But you know, 6 months before PSLE, yes, I can make it work. I can make it like a workable kind of method for your child to learn, so that it's like more efficient in the presentation and all. Let me jump to this question that I wanted to show you on the equal concept that is like obvious but not so obvious, right? Okay, let me show you how this ABC people. Okay, so I said this is a total equal concept, but the word equal is not in the story. But when you see, the logic is Alan's money, right? Okay, wait. Alan's money to Ben and Chandra, followed by Ben's money to Alan and Chandra. Can you see? ABC's name were being repeated, but the pairing is different. So we have to ensure that ABC add up together becomes 12 units. Got it? Okay, you can also take a picture of this. It's quite easy to search at 2021 question. And then when we make them the same, okay, this is what happens. Then we are able to find out the units of A, B, and C. So if anybody works with the earlier ratio, everything in the question will be wrong. After you have derived the 3, 2, and 7, right, we can solve anything that they ask for, be it Alan Ben or Alan Chandra or whatever. Okay, so this is how so-called tricky PSLE question could be, where they wanted to test a concept, but they don't openly tell you that this is the thing, the concept that they literally want to test. Okay. Okay, I'm going to just touch on 3 more points, and then I'll pass the time to Teacher Jo. She's already here. I saw her. Okay, so these are the tips, parents.
Yes,
take note,
I'm
and
here.
then you give me a fright. Okay, parents, take note. You take a picture of this next few slides, okay? Wait, the next few, this one, round up or round down. You take a photo because I think you will take a while to understand. Okay, so after the session, you can take a look at what round up and round down. It's all logic. Both questions look similar. Okay, yeah, Teacher Jo also listen, then you can tell Elena. Cindy baked 15 cupcakes, then she packed in 4.
Okay, Elena, listen.
The other side is Cindy baked 15 and sell them in boxes of 4. You see, the logic is after I divide them, right, I'll get 3.75. Okay, so if I need to pack them, then 3.75, you see, I need 4 boxes over here, because I cannot throw away the rest of the remaining, correct? But on the right side, can you see? 3.75. Frankly, yes, I will pack them to 4 boxes, but the question is, how many boxes can she sell? She can't sell 4, because the last box is not filled. The last box only has 3 cupcakes. Every cupcake has 4, 4, 4. The last one has 3. So she can only sell 3 cupcakes, 3 boxes of cupcakes. So it's the same method, but you really need to be very careful. Are they packing for home use or are they packing to sell? Tricky or not? I didn't trick you. Okay, but you all need to be very careful when you're reading questions for the school exams. Okay, next one would be like take a photo of this, parents. Okay, these are all the PSLE tricks because only markers will know all these things. Okay, your PSLE markers. So if it's 1599.6, you see your children use calculator, right? The 0 at the back will disappear. So the first question is minus 1 mark. Okay, and then at the end, if you didn't fill in the answer blank in case 4, but you wrote a word statement, you will get 4 marks. Good news? Okay. Case 3, there's a transfer error, but the child wrote a word statement, will also score 4 marks. Got it? Case 2, the child never write units, so minus half a mark. Okay? All right, so units and everything matters a lot. Strongly encourage your children to write angles referencing, because if they don't write, they get lost themselves in the solving. So referencing is much encouraged. Okay, so take note of 3 types of errors: transfer error, computation error, and misinterpretation of the question. Like packing the cupcakes for keeping or packing for selling. It makes a difference. Okay. Okay, so how do I check my work? Do and check, alternative methods, working backwards, and of course check every question got missing units or not. Okay, this is like half a mark. What is NTUC? Take photo NTUC, check numbers, transfer correctly, units there or not, and the calculation errors. Press the calculator twice. Okay, parents, can you stop? Don't tell your kids, I'm going to confiscate your calculator. Because your kids need a lot of practice on it so that they are very fast at typing. Then they can save time. Okay, so step by step, we will get there. Joe, do you want to share the slide or I share?
I share.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I share. How do I sound?
Good.
I don't sound like, okay. Hello, everybody. Okay, how are you all today? Everyone's good? Nobody reply. Hi, got people reply me already. You all must reply me. Very cool, a lot of people reply. I feel like energy from the audience one. Yay! Okay, good. Okay, I hope you all had your dinner. Are you ready for time? You just finished 1.5 period with teacher face. Okay. Okay, come. So that I left with 1 period, I think. All right. Let me see where's my slides now. I'm sorry, this teacher is terrible. She lost the slides. Okay. Okay, her slides are coming up. Okay, so parents, today we want to really share with you like what's the best way, to actually improve in 6 months. Hi, Zayden. All right, good to see you here. Okay, so let me share the science part first. Okay, so the very important thing, and I always share this because I can't share enough, but parents, you need to know the total number of topics that your child is being tested at. Okay, let me remove the spotlight on teacher face and then so that everyone can see me. Okay, here we go. All right, so the first thing is, yes, it will be recorded. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that you're bad at it. As long as you continue to learn it, you'll be one day be good. Okay, yes, it will be recorded and then we will share the link. Okay, so this is the total number of topics. There are 32 actually in all, and lower block, upper block. But if your child is in P3, P4, parents, if your child is in P3, P4, please forget this upper block, lower block. Okay, it will change, and there's changes in also the topic. Cells will no longer be tested. Okay, but the primary 5 and primary 6, this remains relevant, right? Okay, so you need to be pay attention more to systems, interactions, and energy. All right, because they are the what I call very content-heavy teams, right? So the content-heavy teams are this, and you can see that even these topics are not easy. Yes, they're also more difficult. So if you have a primary 6 child, your child is likely to be in forces, learning forces, or maybe starting in interactions within the environment. Okay, very soon the school should be able to cover these interactions within the environment, which is actually the largest topic in the entire primary six, the largest, because it has 5 subtopics. So when you hear your children telling you, Mommy, I'm learning interactions, or Daddy, I'm learning interactions within the environment, please tell them, oh, so shall we read the book together? You know, shall we sit down together and go through it? Because it's a very big topic, okay? All right, and this is actually the exam format that we're all familiar, 28 MCQ, 12 open-ended, 1 hour, 45 minutes. But what many parents may not be aware, and children, is this assessment objective. Okay, so I mean, at the end, we're all sitting for PSLE, so we must know the objectives very well. Okay, so number one is 40% of the question, 40% is on knowledge with understanding, which is just basically very basic MCQ, you know, straight to the point, short answers, knowledge-based questions. Okay, so your child must have strong content knowledge. And that's why when many parents ask me, right, Teacher Joe, how does my child do well? I will always check in and say, does the child have strong content knowledge? Now, how do you know that your child has strong content knowledge? That is money, okay? If your child is scoring 80 and above, generally your child has strong content knowledge, 80 and above, all right? Sometimes your child may demonstrate what I call sufficient content, but because you are not teachers, and if you probe deeper, all right, you ask more questions, you will realize that sometimes they may only know the superficial, but the deeper content, right? Okay, how do you know deeper? You for example, let's say you ask your child, okay, boy, name me the characteristics of wind pollinated flower. Okay, so when they are listing, okay, then they will say, oh, then how about I see this flower. The flower has a pink petals, but then the stigma and the style is outside. Then is it wind or animal? So how do you know whether your child has strong content knowledge? Is where you give certain examples, and then after that, right, you see whether your child can apply. Okay, so that's one way. So usually you have to ask more questions. Okay. Now the second one is application of knowledge and process skills. Now this is where the 60% of PSLE is being tested, and your child needs to have answering technique and know different types of questions, and have the right process skill, and also have a strong foundation of keywords. This is hard, all right? And on top of it, all right, your child must have question analysis skills strong. I love what this parent asked. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this parent asked, an article came out to say that keywords are no longer needed as long as they show they understand the concept using their own words. Okay, so parents, I'm sure you all know that recently the newspaper has been pushing out a lot of articles, right? Okay, so they did not say that keywords are not needed. Okay, so if you read the articles carefully, they didn't say that keywords are not needed. It is still good to have keywords, because the markers, when they mark the answer key, right, the keywords are also underlined, right? So it is actually easier, of course, for the markers. Very straightforward. You will have the keywords correct. Okay, but if your child really forgets the keyword, okay, it's not a, oh, die already, you know, I cannot score. Okay, no, all right. It is possible to use their own words, and the markers will consider definitely, all right, whether this shows understanding of the concept. Okay, but however, if you listen carefully to the example quoted by the chief marker, and by the way, parents, there's not just one chief marker in Singapore. There are a lot of them. All right, if there are more than a dozen marking centers in Singapore. Okay, so there's many chief markers. So the principal that was interviewed, all right, he was in charge of one marking center, which is yeah, so it's only a smaller percentage of the total school. It doesn't represent the entire Singapore. But even in his example, right, if you listen carefully, okay, he actually say that, for example, you don't need to write the word evaporation. But if you can say that the water gains heat and change into water vapor, you get the mark. You don't need to write evaporation. But if the child say gain heat and change into water vapor, gain heat, isn't it a keyword? Water vapor, isn't that also a keyword? So in his example, he actually used 2 keywords to explain the concept. So what I'm trying to say is, the keyword is not something that is like there is a language to science. There's a language and there is a certain vocabulary, all right, that accompanies that topic, which your child needs to know. But if your child really don't know, all right, yes, the markers will still accept any words that can represent the concept correctly. Okay? Okay, so I go on. All right, here. Okay, so to conquer science questions, of course, these are the things that your child has to do. Identify key topic, key information, the right question term, the concept, the keywords, the answer technique. Okay, so to be very honest, in schools now, they all do this, okay? But however, the consistency of these things being done, all right, is not regular in school. Because after all, science, the total number of science periods in school, parents, is only 6 to 8. It depends on your child's school, 6 to 8. So science has the same weightage as other subjects, but it has the least number of periods, okay? So the way that the teacher goes through the question with them, right, definitely is a much less regular basis. So that's why a lot of children will say, yeah, I've heard of it. Then when the parents ask them, how come you didn't demonstrate the understanding? Why you never demonstrate the mastery? It's because at the end, there isn't enough practice, okay? So to give you an example, English periods are actually 28 periods, but science is only 6. So it's a very big difference. Yes, definitely. The BlueTree students will be taught to answer the keywords from primary 5. But again, it depends a lot on the child. Some children, right, they come in, they already have certain way of answering the question. So sometimes the teachers, when we work with the children, right, we need to see where they are. We sometimes may need to correct their bad habits first before we can work on the keywords that they need to master. But definitely, keyword mastery is something, a skill that BlueTree students all must have. Okay, we drill a lot of that. Right, let me go on here. Okay, so some of the PSLE question just to show you all the example. Welcome. Just to show you the example of how some of these application question can catch the children unaware. So this question, right, came out in 2018. And during that time, it was like, wow, like, you know, the children cannot answer. And even some of the teachers like, wow, what kind of question is this? Okay, some teachers don't even know that unripe bananas, green bananas have chlorophyll. Okay, but now, of course, a lot of them know already. Okay, so if you look at the textbook carefully, all right, all green parts contain chlorophyll. Okay, so parents, broccoli also, broccoli is a flower. Yeah, it's a flower. My husband buys it for me every Valentine's Day. And it contains chlorophyll. Okay, so this question, and you can see that if your child has very good annotation, okay, I always tell the children, analyze and annotate, analyze and annotate, analyze and annotate, you will score. If the children can annotate very well, all right, without looking at the question, I just green got chlorophyll. Then after that, if they can link to their concept, all green parts of the plant contains chlorophyll. Straight away they know, the green bananas can actually make food as CSC. So if they can make food, right, then what do they need? Then after that, when the question comes, it says curve upwards when growing. Okay, not difficult. Can, I can understand. They track more light to make food. Okay, so again, this question, right, is totally based on how your child analyze the question and link to their concept. If their concept is strong, right, this question is not difficult. It's very easy. In fact, this question is considered as a knowledge question. Okay, parents, knowledge. But what happened is, when a lot of children, when they went in, they went like, I thought only leaves contain chlorophyll. You mean fruits also have? So this is where their content knowledge isn't as strong as we hope, we think. Okay, so sometimes when we ask our children, ask a bit deeper, probe them. Okay, ask more. Right? It's good that if you can read the textbook together with them or the science notes. Right? Yeah. Okay, let me go on here. Okay. Next one. Okay, so you see, the first one is a knowledge question. The second one here, experiment type question. Okay, so this experiment type question, you need to use the key question term. And my dear parents, there is a trend. Okay, later I'll share more about experiment type question. So this is a very difficult experiment type question. So a lot of children, right, couldn't understand this. Okay, so this experiment question now, okay, just to quickly share. How do you know that it's one ripe and one unripe banana? Okay, experimental setup, you must have one change variable, one measured variable. Control setup, right, is just one measured variable. Okay, So this is their understanding about change and measure variable. And also, again, by the way, this is considered as a basic question. Okay. So this one here is the children are not aware of the experiment skills. Remember just now I showed you the assessment objectives. Number 2, you need to have a firm foundation in also process skills. They will also treat. Okay. Now another PSLE question. Okay. So same thing, you see that I will always underline the keyword. Okay. Underline the keyword. All right. So why did it become longer? Because sheet Z has more heat, so it becomes longer. Parents, what do you think? Is this correct? Got keywords, got heat. Do you all think this answer is correct? Many children wrote this. Children, you answer wrong. Oh, Zayden says wrong. Anyone else want to try? Mr. Kang, there's a parent who asked Mr. Kang. Mr. Kang, all questions, all must use, or all explanation, all the explanation questions. All the explanation questions. Yeah, a lot of parents say no already. Yeah, so the answer is wrong. Because it's a wrong keyword. Longer is repeating the question term. It also never shows the understanding of heat transfer. So this one, the next one, has more contact surface with the heater, so it gains it faster, expanded more. This is correct. Okay. So again, how will the children know about what's contact surface area? How do they know that they need to use the word faster, slower? Okay. So again, they must know how to analyze the question term. You all see this word longer? I always tell the children, when you see the ER word coming out in the question, the ER word, compare or I cry. I tell them, this is a compare or I cry question. Must compare. So I will tell them, when you see this, definitely all these comparison terms, okay, must come out, right? And how do they know it's about contact surface area? Okay, because they can see from the diagram that they are touching each other. Okay, so for science, right, it's not just about understanding the words. It's also how they interpret the diagram. Okay, so parents, when you are going through question with your children, right, don't go straight into the question. Always ask your child, check their understanding. A boy, a girl, 妹妹姐姐, okay, no, 哥哥, what do you understand from the question? Don't let them see the question. Cover the question. What do you understand from the diagram? What do you understand from the question term? Listen to their analysis first. You will be very surprised that many times, right, your child's analysis is different from yours. Okay, so you have to train their analysis skills, all right, before you go to the question itself, right? Before you work on the keywords, before you work on the answering technique, right? Okay, so this one here is another example. So a lot of children will say heat flows to the inner wall first. But that is also wrong, because they ask you, how come the inner wall was hotter? So this is another compare or I cry. So the answer is too general already. Yeah, correct. Never use the word expand, so it's wrong. Correct. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So 1 mark question is 1 or 0. Parents, 1 or 0. Usually no half mark one. No half mark. Okay. So you see this question here, you have to use the word gain more heat and then expand more. All right. Okay. Okay. So I'm just showing you some examples of the PSI questions that your child has to handle. All right. And these are not even considered as challenging. These are quite common. All right. Quite common. Okay. All right. Okay. So are you okay? So far so good, parents? Okay, because I want to show you good tips, okay, coming up very soon. All right. Okay, so this is just one good testimonial that came just 2-3 weeks ago. So we're very happy, that this child after 1 year, okay, got AL1, right? So what we do at BlueTree is we constantly give feedback about the topics that need more revision. So amongst y'all here, we also have a lot of BlueTree parents, okay? Y'all know that I actually message you about the lesson very regularly, right? And we work very closely with the parents and the children, right? So these are more reviews. You can read on Google. Okay, altogether, our 8 branches, we actually have over near 1,000 reviews about BlueTree. Okay, so thank you very much. If you are BlueTree parents, please continue to support us and spread the good word about BlueTree. Thank you very much. For new parents, right, I'm just telling you to give you confidence, okay, why we are such a trusted education partner for many parents, okay, because we really put in a lot of effort to make sure that every child in BlueTree actually improves, okay. So we also have a lot of colorful content-packed notes to help your child to learn. Okay, so like this one here that I'm showing, you can also find on our website. So if you're here first time, please do check our website to download all these free resources. They're very helpful, okay? Okay, so these are the 3 actions that you can take, okay, to improve your science grade. And I will guarantee you, okay, your child will improve in 6 weeks, but you must do it consistently, you must do it consistently. No, don't have, okay? Yeah, equally effective, yes, okay. Okay, let me carry on. Okay, here. Okay, so the first one, parents, please don't neglect the MCQ. MCQ is too important because just now I've already shown, all right, that the MCQ booklet A is 56 marks, right? So it's very, very important, okay? So this is tip number 1 that I'm going to give you, all right? Please consistent practice. Okay, so from now, all right, you can practice 1 paper every 2 weeks, okay, in term 2. We left with 6 weeks in term 2, parents, 6 weeks, So you have 1 paper every 2 weeks in term 2. And then from June onward, parents, it has to be 1 paper every week. I'm talking about booklet A only. Booklet A, Okay, so you're going to ask me, Teacher Joe, where am I going to get the paper? Okay, we're going to launch our BlueTree online very soon. For the BlueTree students, you will get 3 copies, okay, of these practice papers. I will be giving you, I think 3 first, and another 3 in June, okay? All right, but if you are not BlueTree parents, you can buy those past year papers, right, to practice, okay? So I've even calculated for you, you will need 12 papers in all. If you decide to take a break, your child wants a break in June, all right, then it's 12 papers. If your child is resilient and can carry on and is consistent, then parents, you need to prepare 16 papers, right? I've also taken away that 2 weeks oral prep, okay, because that 2 weeks is very important because Chinese is 30%. So please prepare very well. You can take a break during that time. But if not, parents, do not allow your child to take a break for MCQ. MCQ is really too important. Okay, all they have to do is allocate 40 minutes max, 40. Do not allow them to finish it before 30 minutes. Parents, you hear me, don't allow them to rush through and finish before 30 minutes. They must check very carefully, okay? So what happened is that, let me share with you what I do with my daughter, okay? If she gets anything less than 52, okay, so 52 is her minimum. If she gets less than 52, all right, I'll put aside that paper and I'll tell her redo that paper next week. So she will have to keep redoing the same paper until she gets 52. So 1 paper that I have, okay, I usually will divide into 2 . I will divide the, the space where there's a bracket. I'll fold in that paper a bit. There's this like very thin margin at the back. I'll just fold in, all right? So if, let's say, she gets 52, then good. Then we will basically chart aside for a while. But if she didn't, then I'll ask her to repeat next week, and then after that, I'll check again. Okay, so redo the paper if your child doesn't get the targeted marks. Okay, don't let them rush through. You'll be surprised they don't. I mean for my child, she doesn't right, but you can try. Please try, okay? Yeah, primary 5. Yes, primary 5 as well. No, I don't. I don't go through the answer. I do not go through the answer. Yeah, that's a very good question. A parent asks, do I go through the answer before redoing? I don't. I just let her redo. Okay, yeah, right. So it's practice makes perfect. Yeah. Okay, next one. Okay, do past year papers first. Parents do the past year papers first. Some parents will ask me, do I do the PSLE papers now? No. Do the past year school papers, and then after that in June, then you do the past PSLE papers, 2-1 to 2-3. Okay. Next one. Please always ask your child to highlight question term. Mark annotate is very important. So for my daughter, same thing. If I found that she never annotate, I also tell her redo. Even though I know that she likelihood will get the answer correct again, but I tell her no, JJ redo. Yeah. So if she doesn't annotate, she doesn't get her targeted marks, we redo that same paper, right? Okay. Now, sometimes you redo, you will realize that it's faster, right? When they redo, maybe they get 20 minutes, okay? So if they redo, right, usually I don't insist on the 30 minutes. First round, I'll insist, second time I don't. Yes, correct. The past year paper means other schools, primary 6 paper, primary 5 papers. Primary 5 SA2, please. Primary 5 SA2, primary 6 preferably the prelim papers, yeah, because now they have almost finished all the topics. Yeah, okay. All right, let me go on. Okay, the second one. Okay, next one. Okay, parents, this one is something that I want to tell you. I have been telling the children there is an upward trend in this category of questions. There's a very big upward trend, okay? For the past 3 years, the PSLE Science, there is an upward trend in experiment type questions. You must make sure your child is very good at it, okay? Because the questions are getting so common and some of them are quite difficult, okay? So you can specifically pick out, all right, in the past year papers, all right, or assessment books, but I prefer past year papers, all right, for your child to attend, okay? And you can redo the worksheet, okay, that's provided by the school or BlueTree. So for BlueTree student, right, sometimes in the topical practice papers, we have those experiment type questions. Parents, you can specifically pick out for your child to redo. Okay, you're going to ask me how many, right? One worksheet usually 3 to 5 questions. So only 3 to 5 questions, not many, okay? So some parents will say only 3 questions, but please parents, you must remember, science there's part A, part B, part C. So although you say 3, but it will feel like 10 to the child, 10 questions, 9 to 10 questions, okay? So I think that just be consistent, all right? Just keep taking out the experiment type question for your child to do, okay? So the good news is, okay, wait, let me say this first. Please be involved, all right? Okay, take out the file, check the worksheet, the school worksheet. You can ask the child questions, okay? Be curious what your child is learning. So, for example, if now you say, hey, Titi, you take out the file, let's see what you have done for the term. So you can just flip through and say, hey, I heard this teacher Joe saying experiment type question. Is this an experiment type question? Okay, what is this about? What's all these things? Okay, you can discuss with your child, ask them what it is, right? And then after that, if your child can tell you more, all right, your child will feel that, hey, you're interested in what they are learning. Okay, parents, I tell you, this is really, really very important, especially for PSLE kids, because we teach so many children, and a lot of them will tell us that they are very stressed by their parents. Okay, they'll tell us this. And I will tell you that also there is a lot of there's also because parents are not interested in what their child is learning. Sometimes we also wish that our children will ask, Daddy, Mommy, how was your work? How's your day? What's your company like? We also want them to take an interest in our life. See? So when you are taking an interest in their lives, right, what they're doing, what they're learning, they will tell you more and they'll be more willing to work with you to improve their grades. If not, it can feel very sometimes not unmotivating for the child, because you are just checking on their grades, but you never discover what are the challenges that they may be facing. So sometimes be involved a bit, just get a worksheet, open up a conversation. Who knows, it can be a very beautiful moment whereby you understand your child a little bit more, and yet you achieve a milestone with your child together. Okay, so you try it. Okay, I do the checking worksheets like every 2 weeks. I don't do it every week also. So sometimes I'll say, okay, just take out your file, let's see what you have. Okay, so you can have that those moments. Okay. You also need to know, the children also need to know the different question terms and the answer structure. Altogether, there are 7 common set of experiment questions, 7. So in a way, it's almost like the math heuristic, equal concept, know the difference. Now there are 7, okay? So the good news is, parents, we have this master class, all right, on Friday, 19 April, 7:30 to 9, okay, for your children. So if you're interested, you can sign up on our website and your child can join me, all right? I'll be teaching them specific question terms and answer structures. I'm quite excited about this class because I've written a whole new booklet on it, okay? And I know that it's good because I show my daughter, my P6 daughter, and she's also feels that, Mommy, very good, very structured, and there's tip 1, tip 2, step 1, step 2. So in the book, I'll tell your child specifically the steps, okay, to take when answering experiment type questions, all right? But if not, yeah, you can always you know, take my tip here, redo the question, take out specifically for your child to do, okay? All right, the last tip, okay, very important. Identify the strong and weak topics. And then you go like, chair, I also know this. But no, it's the way we do it, okay? Let me tell you how. Okay, so your child, right, last year in P6, they will already have their P5 SA2 analysis, right, parents? In fact, the P6 WA, they also have the analysis. Now the schools will all have this analysis sheet at the back, right? This is the first step that you have, all right, the first step. Now, the second step that you must do, right, is ask your child to read. So maybe the P5 analysis paper, all right, for example, shows that your child is weak in forces, let's say, okay, weak in forces, all right? And your child also says that, yeah, I'm weak in forces. So your third step is to compare, right? Compare, right? Okay, very good. So you got the similar topic out. So good. We will work on this. Okay. Now, why I ask you to do this is because many times, all right, when the children, they list out themselves, you'll be very surprised that your child doesn't know their strong and weak topics. If your child is not beside you, you ask your child, do you know your top 3 weak topics? Do you know what's your top 3 strong topics? You ask them now, would they know? No. Miss Fong, no. Experiment type questions, similar to process skills, similar, but no, not exactly the same. Yeah, not exactly. Process skills questions are, for example, observe the following, compare the similarities. Experiment type question is like, what's the aim, what's the conclusion, what's the control setup? Yeah, quite different. Sometimes it may look the same. Yeah. So how did your child say they know? Okay, so this one, you can spend a weekend or next week, the public holiday, ask them to leave. After that, right, you can put it on the study table or somewhere that's visual. Like you can see it, okay? And then you need to commit, both of you, okay? The child must commit, okay, to working on it. If it's a weak topic, right, read the concept first, memorize the key information, textbook, guidebook, and the notes, okay? Now, why am I asking you to do this? This is very effective. It's because a lot of times, right, when the children are revising, they don't know how. They don't know how to revise, okay? So now I'm practically telling you step 1, step 2. So step 1, parents, what I say, MCQ paper, every week, 1. Every week, okay? If never reach the targeted mark, never annotate, redo, right? Okay? Until you reach the targeted mark, until you annotate. So for MCQ, we're very clear, right? The second thing that your child must do is identify this strong and weak topic. And if it's a weak topic, let's say this week you decided to work on a weak topic this week, tell your child, don't do any paper, don't do any paper. Just read the concept, read the guidebook, memorize, must memorize, okay? So weak topic must build up the content. If this week is the strong topic week, okay, then just do the open-ended question. So your booklet B. So you will need to booklet B. Let's say your child say, oh, mommy, I'm very strong in water cycle. Okay, then you just pick out all the water cycle and do. Oh, then after that, your child finish, right, you finish marking, and then you check, okay, looks good. Okay, so the thing is, sometimes the weak and the strong topic can exchange, okay, it's fine. Okay, so important to do a checkpoint every month to see how it goes, okay? All right, okay, so I hope that this is good. Parents, what do you think? Is this good? Do you want more? Do you want more tips from me? How do you feel? You have only some questions. I hope these are good tips. Okay. All right, great. Okay, let me go on. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm I will talk more when I see that the audience are engaged. Okay, very good. Okay, so let me go on. Okay, so here, BlueTree, we have 9 years in the system, all right, and we have proven curriculum that has led to 20,000 students in exam success. For myself, I think over the years, okay, Faith, you can come on in. I've taught like 2,000 to 3,000 students. Yeah, taught for many years. Faith will have taught more. Right, of course, we have the bonus materials, access to the video recording. We will have this BlueTree online platform for your child. And of course, more than 1,000 testimonials from parents like you. Okay, thank you. All right, okay, so here, Right, we're going to give you more. So thank you for attending our webinar. I hope it has been the most useful. Please leave us a message to let me know. All right, okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we are offering everyone here, okay, a free trial class. All right, and this one, science and math, you are welcome to come and claim. All right, wait, let me go back again. Sorry. Yeah, please, QR code is here. Okay, yeah, the QR code. Yeah, let me take a picture here also. Okay, oh. Okay, you can click for any subject parents. We also have Chinese and English, right? Chinese and English. Oh, first time we asked. Oh, great. Thank you, new parent. I hope it was good. Yeah, okay. Thank you. All the science nuggets that I share, all the Telegram. Okay. Okay, and here we also have the learning resource, all right, that we share very regularly, all the cheat sheets, you know, and all that. Same thing, please scan the QR code. Okay. Yeah, we also have the math. YouTube channel, we have a lot of math videos, a lot. For math, right, it's not so much content heavy, it's more like process driven. So you want math, you go YouTube and see, right?
Yeah.
Of course,
I can't do maths nuggets. Without you seeing the question, it's quite hard to talk math.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it has to be video.
Math is more like step 1, step 2, step 3. Yeah. Okay. How do you sign up for the master class? Master class.
Next link. Next link. Click
next
on the
link.
PowerPoint.
Okay. Here. Okay. These are more
testimonials.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this one is very new from us. We were so happy. I was so happy when I saw this. Yeah, the parents
Thank you so much,
I was like, wow, very touched. Yeah, because she's very busy working. So I'm glad that we help her child. Yeah. Okay, so here next one. Yeah, so more math also. You see, this child became more confident. I think for math, our confidence is very important. Yeah, very important. So this is very good. Yeah, teacher Shirley is an excellent math teacher. My daughter also loves her. Yeah. Okay.
We have 6 centers island-wide. So if you're in the east, please check out our center at Tampines. So if you're in the west, you can go to Choa Chu Kang, Safra. Yeah, what's the secret, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the two of us were in the place. By the way, we travel together one. Yeah, parents, if thinking we should be sick of each other, but no, we still travel together. And we warn ourselves, don't talk about work.
What's the difference? Okay.
Okay, so parents, this is the master class sign up. Okay, so I'm very sorry. I didn't know that it was so fast. Okay, so we left with I think 2 or 3 seats only. Yeah, we left 2 or 3 seats. Okay, as per today. Okay, we left 2 or 3 seats. You can sign up here, and it's an online class, such webinar style, but of course we will be very engaging. The kids all love us one. Yeah. Okay, and then I'll sing a lot. So for science, it's Friday, 7:30 to 9 on experiment-based questions. And then for math, right, it is 21st April, Sunday, 4 to 5:30. And teacher Faye will be doing all the killer
topics.
Yeah, they are,
They're very scared of fraction, ratio, percentage, right? So I put together everything you're very frightened of. But so another parent asked, what's the difference between PPC and masterclass? So you can mention PPC, that means you are our BlueTree parent, right? You heard of our PPC program. So PPC, of course, is a journey. It's 30 weeks. 30 weeks of 30 hours. Okay, sometimes we overrun. So it's more than 30 hours that you're getting. Of course, we can go in depth, deeper, harder, and more questions discussed. Right, so if you're looking for really a journey with us, you know, all the way to PSLE, then of course PPC is the one you're looking for. Masterclass is it's a short burst of that 1.5 hours of a few of those important things that we pulled up from a few lessons, and that's only this much we can cover in 1.5 hours. But if you're looking for something for a short, quick revision recap, a masterclass will work for you.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so a parent asked whether we will have the video replay. Yes, oh my god.
Yes.
Sorry.
You will get
The
the
video
replay.
replay. Yes.
Mhm.
So, and the replay, the lesson replay is made available all the way to PSLE. So if your child cannot make it on that day, you can purchase first, and then your child can watch it on time, on target. And then, of course, your child can always welcome, please, to ask us any questions. Yeah. Okay. Asking questions is important. Treatment program not yet. Teacher Faith, where do you teach? Teacher Faith teaches at Orchard.
Orchard, but only limited slots left at the 4 p.m. class. The other class is filled. So yeah, maybe you'd like to give us drop us an email.
Okay, wait a while.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Okay. Somebody asked about how about June Med program, right? June Med program is like a short module program. Each module is like 2.5 hours. So you are not going to get as much as PPC. Okay. PPC is, a weekly 1 hour plus 1 hour commitment, okay, of session every week, and the questions we discuss are tough. And as for holiday program, is a consolidation of the concepts that you need to know for, that you have just learned and about to learn to prepare them for the upcoming exams. So yes, we have various programs, but the purpose of different programs, right, is to target the different types of students. You see, there are some students who have already committed their PPC, which is like every week with us. But there are some students that are just so busy, they don't have any tuition at all. They have no time for anything else, and all they attend is just holiday program with us 4 times a year, right, or 3 times a year, and that's all they need. So there are different types of students, different type of mark range that will suit different kids' learning style as well. So speak to our people, speak to our sales team, and drop us an email or give us a call at 961600312, and we are able to see what's your need and recommend something that's suitable for your child.
Thank you.
Yeah. We are already working on the June Med schedule already.
I think it's full already.
Full already.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, limited lots left.
So I checked just now. Okay, parents, if let's say
Email?
you cannot, can you email us at this email? Thanks. Welcome. Can you could you email us at contact@bluetreeeducation.com? You list down your name and email, and then we will help you. Okay?
Yeah.
You just write masterclass. Yeah, we will help you to see. Okay, thank you. Okay, by the way, if you are coronation, okay, redeem the free trial class, secondary school as well, secondary school. Okay, secondary school, we welcome the secondary school children. All right, PPC, yeah. Okay, so we are committed to educate the world, our parents. Yeah, okay, wish for higher height. And these are all our BlueTree Facebook groups. You're also welcome to join. Okay, sometimes you need help, in those questions, right? Okay, usually we reply very fast. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, parents, for joining us tonight. Thank you. Okay. Yes. If possible, can leave us a review on the Google about the webinar today. Okay. Yeah, can leave us a review on the webinar. Let us know how we have done, and then join us again. Okay, all right. Good night, everybody. Welcome. I'm so happy.
There'll be another one coming up soon this month. So follow us on Facebook and be in our mailing list so that you can be updated with the latest.
IG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
IG.
Good
night.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Teacher Faith, wait. You don't. Bye.
Are you aware of the PSLE dates? They are already out. So if you're not sure, please go to SEAB website. No matter how much I share over here, if tomorrow SEAB make a new announcement, the most reliable website is still SEAB's website, not MOE website, SEAB. Yeah, Singapore Examination Assessment Board. Okay, so take note that oral used to be like on a Thursday, Friday, but since last year it has moved to Tuesday and Wednesday. Then LC will be in September, and followed by a week later, it will be all the papers that follow through. Okay, so where are we now, right? We are somewhere in March that just passed. We had a MAT program, we had WA1, And then now WA2 is round the corner. Children, parents, please take note. WA2 is around the corner. If you're not very sure, please click into the PG right now, Parents Gateway, and download the principal's letter. So some of the children's exam dates is in mid-April, okay? Mid-April, I'm not kidding, like 2 weeks time. Some kids' exam is end of April, while some are early May, okay? And minority schools are in mid-May, okay? And then we're going to have our math soon in June coming up. And these are the important dates to take note of. Prelims will be in August, and then PSLE will be, of course, in September. So I did a count yesterday. Depends on where you start your first week and second week. That's why I put 25th to 26 weeks to our September PSLE date exams. Okay? Yeah, I know you're panicking. So am I. But don't worry, I'm here with you. Okay, Joy is also here with you. BlueTree is here with you. So usually we do a 3-year analysis, but I thought, okay, never mind. We'll just put 4 years down, and then my effort will be, just show you a 4-year trend. And the trend could be quite extreme. If you, but look at the red boxes that I've put together, where we place a lot of emphasis on whole numbers, measurements, ratio percentage. Whole numbers includes fractions and decimals, okay? So when all these put together, it is about 60% of the entire paper. So don't worry if you say that my child is not good at fractions, you will not lose all 60 marks, but you are not confident of securing 60 marks, you see, and also not confident of securing 50. So definitely need a lot more practice and drill in these areas and place more emphasis on them. This is another area that some parents overlooked. I see that there was an increasing trend in the way they test a topic on geometry. So I would like you to, if your child is really very good with visual questions, right? Especially artists, people who doodle and draw a lot, their visual skills are really very good. The other group of people who are very good at visual, sports people who play tennis, play soccer, rugby. Yeah, they have this, this is spatial awareness, 3D visualization. Yeah, so when they do angles, volume, area, perimeter questions, they could actually visualize the picture, what's happening. But the only thing they need to build on to ensure that they really score it is they must know the formula and the properties. So if they don't know the angle properties, they do not know what to do. Got it? So there are 2 parts of it, right? Able to visualize and knowing all the concepts and things behind. So algebra is a very small percentage. So parents don't harp over this topic on percentage. It's quite easy to score, but the children are not familiar with the expression. The questions are not hard, but they do not know like x divide by 5. They need to put x over 5. So all these need a bit of constant reminder. Okay, so it's just a very low weightage on that. Rate and speed as well is within 5 to 6%. When I set PSLE papers, when I was still in MOE, this was very much still the same kind of mark range given to us as well. So PSLE math exam format, there's 2 components. No calculator segment before recess, go for recess break, and then come back to do paper 2. So you can take a picture first, okay? And there's a little segment at the bottom there that I've typed. If you're doing a home practice, yeah, you cannot give your child 1 full hour to do. Then your child got no time to check in the real exam situation. So at home, you cut down that timing and put it to 45 minutes, okay? Then at home, that paper 2, right, you have to cut down 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. Like at first at home, you need to stretch to 1 hour. Then you must like, boy, cut down 55 minutes, then 50 minutes, then 45 minutes, Okay, so the students that I teach in the gifted program, right, the highest record is they could finish paper 1 in highest record. Only 1 kid could do that, 20 minutes. Then the average is 30 minutes. And they check the entire paper twice to thrice. So for generally for the maths, I would say that let's target between 30 to 45 minutes. I think this is a reasonable gauge of time needed to do it. Okay. What is our strategy here to help our children score better? Is to develop a strategy, of course. If you do not know your own child's strength and weaknesses, then you wouldn't know what to target. Then you make your child do the whole exam paper from beginning to the end. Question 1 to 30, 1 to 70. You keep doing it this way. And then you will tell me after 3 months, teacher, I engaged a tuition teacher to do this, and then still no mark improvement. Of course, the strategy is wrong, because, if it's like, I'll go and learn how to cook, okay? So in that session, if I need to cook 3 different dishes, right? Do you think I can master all 3 dishes? That is why all the culinary, bakery kind of courses, they only bake one thing at one time. You go there, then they say today bake pandan cake. That's all you do, right? For the next 3 hours. Or if today is like curry chicken, then you only cook curry chicken for that cooking course. So you need to actually have programs to help your children hone the skills for each concept, be it math or science, it's the same. All right, you learn by topics, you learn by concepts. Okay, then you put together, then you have a banquet. So then you put together, then you're ready to practice more school papers. Okay, so BlueTree students, some of you said hi to me earlier. Your children is in good hands, because every week or alternate week, we already have revision of concepts, then is problem sum techniques, and then we also have topical revision, bouncing back to P5 work and P6 work and P5 work and P6 work, you see. Then after that, we know that every 5 weeks, we will have practice papers that do the summation of it all, okay? So if your child is already 75% and above, you will continue to practice your paper 1. You cannot ignore it, because you need that skills and fluency, how fast and fluent it goes, okay, and accuracy. And then paper 2, we'll work on refining answering technique. Later, I do a bit more in my sharing. Those people who are in the 50% to 70% range, right, you will see that your paper 1 score is unstable. That means you're not scoring 40 and above. We should go for the low-hanging fruits, the 1 mark and 2 mark question. So practice more of the paper 1, okay? Same for those scoring below 50%. That means AL6 and below, right? Yeah, AL6, AL7, AL8. Really practice a lot more paper 1. Then paper 2, I can't say throw away, don't practice, right? You need to target all the 2 marks question and all the 3 mark question, okay? So you can be sure that you make sure you hone the skill for question marks that are 1 mark, 2 mark, and 3 marks. We are not saying that we are giving up the 4 and 5 marks, but if I do have a 30 minutes with a child, right, I can actually do a lot more revision on the 1, 2 mark question and ensure that this kid score, rather than I spend 30 minutes trying to explain 2 5 mark question, and I'm not very sure whether the child can regurgitate that, not regurgitate, can repeat, that concept the next time he sees it. So that we will still touch on it, but home practice, your emphasis should be on paper 1, okay? But for those people who are already targeting AL 1, 2, 3, right, like our PPC classes and things like that, it should be more on refining the presentation, honing the skills, okay? So over here, consistent practice is very important. So at least 1 paper every 2 weeks, like starting from now, okay, every 2 weeks, because there's so many subjects. Then by June, right, they will have this skill set that allows them to go 1 paper per week, because they have attained some mastery, okay? Then do past year papers, school papers first. Then in June, right, you can start to complete a lot more of the PSLE papers. The school will buy 1 set. For me, my usual practice is I strongly encourage our children to redo it. So I'll say just go popular bookstore and buy the 2nd set. That means let the school own that copy, and you buy your own personal copy for home practice. I'll make sure my own son will practice it twice, if not thrice. Yeah, because school is school, I won't touch that copy, but it's important that the child actually gains some kind of fluency in understanding it. And there's a difference in the question difficulty for past year school paper and the PSLE papers. You go and have a look at the first 10 questions and you will understand what I say. Yeah, you must help. You must go open the book, then you will understand, okay? And for math, right, must highlight keywords. For math, those who are in my class or our BlueTree classes, the teachers will always tell you read and write. Read the first sentence, then we write our steps or draw model. Yeah, we'll always do that so that it will help us move on to the next stage and the next stage, okay? There are so many math heuristics and concepts we need to learn, but I'm showing you this, it's not to scare you, it's to tell you actually the children actually learned it since P3, some P2 and P1, but the skills are being built on, and by the time they reach P5 and P6, it's the same skill set. That is why this is a common question I hear. Teacher, for holiday program, do you have topics like, are you going to go through fraction ratio percentage? Fraction ratio percentage is a topic that spans across many concepts. You get it? It is really far, it's quite a wide range that if I were to say this particular math program, holiday program, 3 hours, you're going to teach fractions. You're probably going to you get what you want, but at the same time, you could be a bit disappointed. You might ask, hey, in that fraction module, you never teach this, you never teach that. Yeah, because it's very wide. It's extremely wide. So it really depends on what you're looking at. Are you looking at something simple for drill, or are you looking at problem sum technique? So if you're looking at problem sum technique, then I want problem sum technique that spans across fraction ratio percentage. Like if they tweak the numbers, you just use that technique and you can still solve it. Okay? So some of you are still not comfortable or not familiar with what's concept, what's heuristics. Yeah, so these are the things that we do, like FRP, fraction ratio percentage, is like equal amount added, common shaded area, total unchanged, everything changed, like this kind of concepts. It can range from area perimeter to fraction, to ratio, to measurement, circles, like across 10 topics, yeah, based on just one approach. Okay, so we do have our math workbook, and we are launching our video solution accompanied with the book. So all those who have bought the books, right, don't worry, just get in touch with us, just email us or drop us a WhatsApp. Okay, we can look through your account and your booking, that you have bought a book with us previously, and we will share the video solution, step-by-step solution to every question in the book with you. Okay, so if you haven't gotten the book, just go to our BlueTree website and click on shop, and then you can shop for our maths book and our science books. We also have our flashcards, which has 3 of the spatial awareness questions that kids struggle with: angles, volume, area, perimeter.